Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Command Core studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got an exciting one for you with the most broken tribal commanders on a budget. Of course, there's a card list link in the description below. Let's jump into them. First up, Magda Brazen Outlaw is an insanely powerful tribal commander, a 2/1 Dwarf Berserker for 2 mana in red. Other dwarves you control get +1/+0. Whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, create a treasure token by sacrificing 5 treasures, which rely for an artifact or dragon card, put on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. Here's the thing. You can kind of go dwarves or dragons or whatnot, but basically it's all the same thing. With this example, I'm saying this is a really powerful dragon commander because there are certain combos that you can utilize that eventually end up in crazy dragons that just win you the game. But yeah, just going Universal Automaton. Hey, I'm a 1/1 changeling, so I am both dragons as well as dwarves. And all of a sudden I can be tutored for, but also whenever I am tapped, I make a treasure. Oh, and by the way, Clock of Omens. By tapping 2 untapped artifacts you control, you untap target artifact. Yeah, there are a lot of combos that happen essentially where you're creating treasures, you're untapping treasures, you're creating treasures, you're untapping treasures. You're basically making it so that, well, you untap Universal Automaton again and again and again and again and again, and yeah, you just keep going. So yeah, Magda Brazen Outlaw has so many crazy combos, can tutor for the combo pieces, and is so incredibly budget friendly with most of the pieces in it that you are just going to just dominate the table with absolutely nothing. And then just get your dragons out and win the game. Animar, Soul of Elements. While the commander is expensive, the rest of the deck can be incredibly cheap in an Eldrazi deck, yes, even. This one is one that can be absolutely insanely powerful, that can just dominate the game in absolutely no time. A 1/1 elemental for 3 mana in Teamer, protection from white and from black. Whenever you cast a creature spell, get a counter on Animar, and creature spells you cast cost 1 less cast for each counter on Animar. That is insanely powerful, absurdly powerful, one of the most powerful things out there. Basically what you're doing with this one is, hey, yeah, cast some creatures. Okay, there's plenty of low-to-the-ground Eldrazi these days. Oh, play them very cheaply. Get more counters on this. Of course, there's other ways to get counters on it, too. And then all of a sudden, you get something like Pathrazer Wulamog very, very cheap, or even for free, because your Eldrazi generally have a generic mana value, and all of a sudden you're playing them for free. A 9/9 Eldrazi like Pathrazer Wulamog, Annihilator 3. Oh yeah, by the way, it can be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Yeah, this is just $1. So yeah, being able to go, oh yeah, I play this giant thing for 3 super quickly, and then it swings and decimates someone's board. Oh, and also, hey, I've got like Kozilek's Unsealing that, hey, if I play creature spells with mana value 4, 5, or 6, I get 2 Eldrazi spawns that I can use for mana. Oh, and if I cast one that costs 7 or greater, I draw 3 cards. Yeah, plenty of those to be had. An incredibly powerful commander, one that is really hard to deal with as well, and one that just lets you play amazing things for free, and maybe even just replay them. You got ways to bounce as well and then redo it too with all those triggers. Absolutely insane. Marwyn, the Nurturer, is such an underrated, such an amazing, such a powerful and broken elf commander. A 1/1 elf druid for 3 mana in green. Whenever another elf you control enters, you get a counter on Marwyn, and you tap an amount of green to equal to Marwyn's power. Yeah, you can just go straight up like, all right, all the best elves out there and just chuck them in a deck, obviously. But yeah, you can also just concentrate incredibly heavily on that insane ability to tap for mana based on power, because of course there's plenty of ways to gain power, like playing elves. Also, you can just play like certain equipment, Blackblade Reforged, to get an insane amount of power on this very quickly. And then sure, play elves like Quirion Ranger. Hey, bring a force back to your hand, untap target creature, use only once each turn. So sure, bounce, force back to your hand, untap Marwyn, and tap again for like 10 plus mana. Oh, by the way, we've got plenty of cards like Stony Strength. A single green mana, instant speed, put a counter target creature control, untap that creature, so grow Marwyn's power, untap it and tap it again. Or how about Malachite Talisman? What's that card? Malachite Talisman, you ever heard of it? Probably not. Artifact for 2 mana, pay 3 untap target permanent, only if a green spell successfully cast. Okay, cool. Yeah, basically, the entire deck is green, obviously. So if you play a green spell, like, say, again, Stony Strength, now you get to untap twice with your commander and gaining mana each time. It's absolutely an insane commander, kind of like Elf Ball Storm in a way in green, and then you cast massive game-ending spells. It's so powerful and so fun. Elenda, the Dusk Rose, is insanely powerful. A 1/1 Vampire Knight with lifelink for 4 mana in Orzhov. Whenever the creature dies, you get a counter on Elenda. When Elenda dies, you get X/1/1 vampires with lifelink, where LX is Elenda's power. Yeah, this is one that, again, benefited incredibly heavily from the Commander Death Trigger change, and essentially, yeah, it hasn't looked back. Being able to just go, oh yeah, I get a bunch of vampires in play, sure, alright, whatever, I get some really cool ones, and grow Elenda's power, and then all of a sudden, yeah, I sacrifice her, get an insane amount, and then get things like, Cordial Vampire to go, hey, whenever another creature, this or another vampire dies, you just get a counter each vampire you control. So being able to go, oh, okay, I've got a ton of vampires, cool, let me just, sacrifice them with Yahenni now and get other triggers as well. While also going, hey, you know what, Yahenni, you get indestructible, you're staying in play. Now Elenda's getting you more counters, so then we can just, bring Elenda back with, something like Feign Death. Hey, Elenda, if you're gonna die, you come right back into play instead, and there's tons of Feign Death type effects in this color combination, other ways to reanimate as well. The Elenda basically just never leaves the battlefield. I mean, leaves but then comes back and then gets even more counters, then leaves, then comes back and more counters. You Blood Artist people out of the game as well. There's so many draining vampires these days. Such a powerful, insane tribal commander. Krenko Mob Boss. Yeah, there's a reason why Krenko has stayed on top of, well, the, I guess, Underworld, wherever Krenko is the boss of, essentially. But also, of course, on top of, well, everyone's mind when it comes to a monocolored commander that is incredibly popular, and the most popular Goblin tribal commander for a reason. It's so good. A 3/3 Goblin Warrior for 4 mana and red. Tab, create X/1/1 red Goblin creature tokens, or X the number of goblins you control. Yeah, you are insanely powerful just by doing something so simple. I mean, of course, utilize amazing goblins like Skirk Prospector, a 1/1 goblin that has sacrifice a goblin, add red. This gives you insane amounts of free mana, basically. Just go, oh yeah, tap Krenko, make 10 goblins. All right, sacrifice 2 of them. Cast a card like Wrangle. Yeah, Wrangle, ever heard of it? 2 mana, sorcery, gain control of target creature with power 4 less, still have turn, untap that creature, gains haste, still have turn. Any of these threaten effects, yeah, typically, again, are insanely good with this commander because they just untap the commander. Being able to do that and go, oh yeah, untap Krenko, do it again. Untap Krenko, do it again. You basically are doubling up every single time you tap Krenko, your army. So yeah, use the threaten effects. Again, those are super underrated with Krenko. You just basically utilize them to untap and double things up. And then get a simple card like Impact Tremors out, enchantment for 2 mana. Creature control enters, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. You don't even do attack to win with Krenko. You just go, oh yeah, tap Krenko, make 20 goblins, untap Krenko, make 40 goblins. You all lose. That's all you need to do. Yeah, Krenko, an oldie but a goodie. So powerful and so broken with the right build. Naru, Meha, Master, Wizard, a combo from the command zone, a 3/3 human wizard with flash for 4 mana in blue. When it enters the battlefield, copy target instant source spell you control, you may choose targets to the copy. Other wizards you control get +1/+1. Yeah, you can pump your wizards, obviously. You can utilize a lot of amazing wizards, and you can set yourself up for victory. Overwhelmed Apprentice, another one that has a great ETB. Cool, ETB, each opponent mills 2 cards and you scry 2. Some good card selection for you, while also being a potential win condition for you as well. Naban, Dean of Iteration. If a wizard you control enters, causes a triggered ability, a pre-controlled triggered, triggers this whole time. Again, a lot of wizards have a lot of amazing ETBs that you can double up on. But of course, what you're doing is really Ghostly Flicker, cards like this. Exile 2 target artifacts, creatures, and or land you control. Turn those cards to the battlefield under your control. Yeah, with this, basically, you target whatever you want to target. You cast Naru Meha, and then you infinitely copy it, essentially, because the copy stays on the stack. You make a copy of it, it goes, hey, you know what, bounce again. Naru Meha, bounce again. ETBs again. Copies the original Ghostly Flicker. You do it again, again. Infinite mana. Okay, and wizards, out there, employees that you might say, like, technically there's no infinite. Okay, you know what, rules lawyers, okay, you know what, here, okay, fine. Trillion mana, okay? A trillion blue mana. Awesome. Oh, and by the way, I also, a trillion times will blink, basically, Overwhelmed Apprentice as well, and then win the game. So yeah, Naru Meha, Master Wizard, so many ways to combo off, so many amazing wizards to take advantage of. Such a great commander. Winota, Joiner of Forces, is so broken. A 4/4 human warrior for 4 mana and Boros. Whenever a non-human creature you control attacks with the top 6 cards of your library, put a human creature card from among them on the battlefield, tap that attack against indestructible on turn, so it's protected. The rest bottom your library, random order. This is one that essentially says, hey, you know what we're going to be doing? We're going to be going wide, and we're going to be getting an insane amount of really good creatures in play. I mean, Loyal Apprentice, a great example of a low-to-the-ground human that you can, get out early. Yeah, sure, okay, cool. All right, I got my human out. Oh, but also, hey, at the beginning of combat on my turn, if I control my commander, I get a 1/1 Thopter, which is a non-human. Oh, by the way, it gets haste, so I can attack with it right away, which will trigger my commander, getting a massive human off the top of my library into play like Ingrass Marauders. If a source you control deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage instead. Yeah, I'm not paying 7 mana for that. I'm just getting it out for free. So you just keep building up your army throughout the game. It's protected. It's amazing. It's insane. Winota joining our forces is such a brokenly powerful human tribal commander, but also the non-human aspect of it as well, of course. You know, making Thopters with Loyal Apprentice as an example. Such a great broken commander. Grimgrin Corpseborn is such an underrated and broken zombie commander. A 5/5 zombie warrior for 5 mana in Dimir. Enters the battlefield, tap, doesn't untap, trigger untap step, but you can sacrifice that creature to untap it and get a counter on it. By the way, if this attacks, you destroy target creature fighting player controls and get a counter on Grimgrin. So, of course, attacking is nice with this, being able to destroy things, that's great, but most importantly, it is a free sacrifice outlet, and one that has a lot of potential. I mean, throw a Paradise Mantle on this, and all of a sudden you get free mana whenever you're doing that. But also, hey, there's this little combination, and plenty of combinations that you can really take advantage of. And also, by the way, you've got great tutors, obviously, the best tutors, you are in black. Gravecrawler. Hey, it's a 2/1 you can cast in your graveyard as long as you control a zombie. It costs a single black mana. Or does it? Or does it? And by the way, you can also just tutor this like an Entomb effect right to your graveyard as well. Oh, and utilize a card like Rooftop Storm and ship for 6 mana. You pay 0 and then pay the cost of zombies, basically. Okay, cool. So you just play Gravecrawler again. You sacrifice it. You play it again. You sacrifice it. That's infinite counters on this. Get infinite untaps, infinite LTBs, infinite ETBs, infinite sacrifice triggers. All the things in the world. Infinite Storm count as well. Yeah, Grimgrin Corpseborn is such an underrated and broken zombie tribal commander. Pantlaza, Lazy Pants, Sun Favored, a 4/4 dinosaur for 5 mana in Naya. When Lazy Pants or another dinosaur enters battlefield to control, you may discover X-Rex of that creature's toughness just only once each turn. Such a crazy good commander because Discover is insanely good. Again, once each turn, sure, but you can actually do it on your opponent's turns as well. All you need to do is utilize cards like Cloud Shift, exile a creature control, bring it back to battlefield. Again, any way to blink essentially, and you're just like, hey, what we're going to be doing is getting that trigger again and again and again, and all of a sudden just getting an insane amount of value off the top of my library. Again, whether you play Zakama or you actually like get Zakama for free off the top, again, there's plenty of dinosaurs out there with a ton of toughness and actually ways to pump toughness as well. A 9/9 dinosaur for 9 mana in Naya. Vigilance 3 trample, all the things. Enters the battlefield if you cast it, untap all lands you control, and then 3 amazing abilities. But yeah, being able to get all your lands back off of this, again, you're in green, you get plenty of ways to ramp, or just, yeah, get out for free with your commander. And yes, you are casting with Discover, so hey, untap your lands, do more amazing things. It's absolutely an insane commander with insane free value. They really powerful tribe, definitely broken in many ways. And finally, Shilgengar, Sire of Famine is such a crazy good, crazy underrated, crazy broken angel tribal commander, though it is not an angel itself, a 6/6 Elder Demon with flying for 5 mana in black. Sacrifice a creature, create a blood token. If you sacrifice an angel, though, create a number of blood tokens equal to its toughness instead. That's crazy good. By paying 3 mana in Orzhov, sacrifice 6 blood tokens, turn each creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. They find out they counter on it. They're also vampires. So many different creature types, none of them being angels, essentially, that this really cares about. I mean, it does care about them, but sacrificing them, essentially. So what you're going to be doing with this one is, well, you can actually flood your graveyard with amazing creatures like Buried Alive, a great Entomb type effect. Go search for 3 creature cards from the graveyard, then shuffle. Also certain combos you can utilize. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. Also, being able to go like, hey, you know what, Lyra Dawnbringer, you know, let's find ways to pump our angels. We got a lot of Anthem effects we can take advantage of as well. Hey, you know what, a 5/5 angel flying first dragon, lifelink for 5 mana. Other angels control a ++1 to have lifelink, a great Anthem, a great pump effect. We've got other ways to essentially go, hey, you know what, let's raise that toughness up. Let's get even more blood tokens. Let's get a really powerful army on the battlefield. Mirkwood Bats, a non-angel as well. 2/3 bat with flying. Whenever you create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life. So yeah, blood tokens, again, literally just like, okay, we've got, like, let's say those 6 blood tokens we're making. That's draining each opponent 6. That's 18 in total across 3 opponents. Oh, by the way, we sacrifice those. That's another 18 life lost across 3 opponents. That is an insane amount of life drain. Yeah, this is a crazy good commander, an insanely good commander, one that can go in a lot of different directions. Angel Tribal, kind of like Aristocrat style, kind of Reanimator style. It's so good. And of course, combo as well. I mean, Solemnity, if you're willing to actually extend your budget just a little bit with this one, hey, going like, okay, I've got the one expensive card in the deck and the rest is budget friendly. Solemnity players can't get counters. Oh, and you can't get counters on artifacts, creatures, or enchantments, or lands. Being able to go, okay, any kind of persist creature with this commander is infinite. Being able to go, oh yeah, I can just infinitely get creatures back from my graveyard because they don't need finality counters anymore. Such a good commander, such a crazy underrated commander, such a fun commander to build. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.